right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for another exciting PDX Combat Crew fight. Joining me on the mic today is Mo. Mo, excited to have you. Been a part of the crew for a long time. How you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm so glad to be here, finally showing it up and getting to be here to commentate a lovely match between Old Man FGC and DatBoyRyu.
Exactly. DatBoyRyu bringing out his full main Mileena Lao against the classic. Actually, I mean, last time we had Old Man fighting on the channel, he was using Sub Scorpion, which he was saying is the dominant pairing for Sub. But now he's bringing out the Sonya, bringing in those overhead mix-ups.
Yeah, this is a very, very classic team, in my opinion, the Sub Sonya.
Yeah,
He's getting it started off with some nice zoning, too.
Oh, keeping his slide safe with the Sonya.
Okay, it looks like a little unfamiliar with how to deal with that air ball roll.
Exactly. I mean, that's such a challenging one because once it's fully charged, being completely safe, it's hard to really be able to take out Mileena or figure out whose turn it really is. Ooh, no micro ducks allowed here.
I don't know if you knows this, but he does have a universal option select for that ball roll. If he just walks backward and then reacts to it being canceled with a slide, he can always punish it.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it doesn't track that far backwards.
That's interesting. That is some good tech to know.
Yeah. So walking backwards will always get you out of there, but it won't always get you a punish.
Not hard to blockable. Giving Ryu an early lead.
And the Mileena Lao, you will block for your life.
Oh, gets him with the jump in.
You got baited with that whip.
I can't believe how deadly and frustrating that dive kick is in this game. It is so it's asking a lot of players to try and deal with it.
Oh yeah, I don't know about you, but it kind of bothers me every time that they get a combo off of it because it just doesn't look like it should combo.
It doesn't, and it looks like I should be able to punish it. It looks like it's like, come on, I should be able to get it.
Yeah, unless they do a really poorly spaced one, you can't punish that. Alright, feeling it out with more zoning. Wow.
There you go. It's working for him. Just keeping that space, playing patient, doing the lame out strategy, forcing. There he goes. Ryu closing the gap.
Right, so I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that.
Gets him with the ball roll, going into the fatal blow, but still has the breaker. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna see a lot of Ryu just going crazy once he gets that low hat and then just teleporting in.
He knows the exact right time to YOLO ball roll as well. Like, I mean, it's not even YOLO at that point. It's like he's being able to condition players into jumping in when they shouldn't, into like knowing when they're going to try and zone and calling out a ball roll in advance. It's very impressive.
Exactly. Honestly,
Old Man
being just a wall of defense. Keeping his distance, facing him out, going for those setups. I think that looked like a safe jump.
I couldn't tell if it was a safe jump or something unintentional, maybe a combo drop. But
I hope it was a safe jump. Oh, good conversion.
That's calling out the fatal blow. Forces the breaker. Wouldn't have killed otherwise, but
Is he still punished?
Does still get a full punish. Fatal blow is back, but he doesn't. Oh no, it wasn't back yet.
Yeah, I wonder if he tried to cancel in a fatal blow and just that's why he dropped that.
Each player's just waiting for the other to make a mistake. Oh, gets him with the amplified low side. Nicely done. Ryu taking round one of this first of three.
Yeah, he spent all of his resources going for that zoning, but it paid off in the end. You'd love to see it if you're Ryu. Or a Mileena fan. I know there's lots of those out there. Is this the first time they have done a set against each other?
This is so I've seen them play against each other on the channel. This is their first set against each other in a first of three.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen these players actually ever go against each other.
Gotcha. Yeah. I've seen him in a couple of COTS, and I know Ryu likes to play a little bit guarded in terms of being competitive, of letting all of techniques and everything kind of fly, so he's been trying to keep Old Man on his toes in advance of this fight.
I agree. Very smart. Gotta save the tech for when it matters.
Ooh, calls him out. Sees the amplified slide coming from a mile away. Dominant round for Ryu. Gets him with the hard to blockable. Breaks his armor. Impressive round. Impressive round for Ryu.
I think that was a hood flawless.
I think it was. I think it was.
He only took the chip damage.
Yeah, for the audience, a hood flawless is only taking chip damage. Doesn't actually get hit.
There we go. Oh, nice whip punish.
Beautiful spacing.
That is the Old Man fundamentals right there.
Exactly. Ryu just paying too patiently that he doesn't get the slide. Calls out the hard to blockable as well. I still have yet to figure that one out.
Forgotten he's got the double dive kick. Sonya.
Wow.
Here we go.
All right, Old Man working his way back.
That must be a safe jump.
It must be.
Yeah. But it's looking real good right now.
Ooh, gets him with the overhead. Oh, he's got the breaker. There you go.
I kind of cursed him.
Ooh, calls it the jump in. Next touch is death.
Putting that air cone up.
Ooh, just whiffing past each other. Gets him with the ball roll, anti-air.
Another round closed off that ball roll, just in the neutral.
Now I wonder if Old Man. I wonder if we're gonna see a change in cameo or anything on Old Man side. I mean, he's got the longer road to go if he wants to run it back on this first to 3. He's looking at a reverse sweep here. What do you think? Do you think he's gonna switch?
And also just for the audience, if we recall,
Old Man.
it's actually Old Man.
Old Man FGC.
So, just
exactly.
by the way. But
don't mean the dead name.
Old Man does have several other characters under his belt. I know he's got that Shang, for example, but I don't know if he's going to be pulling him out. Looks like he's locking in the Sub-Zero. 2-0 right now, going into game number 3.
Double Sub-Zero.
Old Man, bring this back.
Oh, he's using it for the counter zoning.
And by counter zoning, it's more like counter cameo.
Yeah, exactly. Shutting down the Lao hat, shutting down the size. There's a lot. Oh, and the counter hits. Oh, but he drops the combo.
Unfortunate.
This is a much more aggressive version of Sub-Zero that we'll be able to see right now.
Gosh.
I mean,
dude, he just does not miss those little rolls. Oh.
Talked with Ryu about Mileena, and the key thing that Mileena does is just overwhelm you. The amount of options is so surprising, especially in the hands of a good Mileena player. It's just constant visual stimulus for the opponent to have to deal with.
All of her buttons are just so good, too.
Old Man.
Getting back in some comfortable zoning. Yeah. But he does have his back to the corner.
Ooh, called out with an armor.
Yep, took that risk trying to go for that throw to reverse the situation. But time is coming a factor here.
Gets him. Just Ryu waiting for that jump in and catching Old Man with the ball roll each time.
That's tough to deal with. You gotta stay more grounded. Real good staggers. Throw. Nice juicy 13% off that throw. I wonder how good the EX ice clones would be in this matchup.
Oh, tries to call it out with the slide, but it's not going to work. Fully safe when that ball roll is charged.
I don't think Sub-Zero gets any conversions off the slide in this.
I don't think so. Ooh, another ball roll into a whiff punish. I believe Ryu making a statement, securing it with a brutality. And that is a 3-0 for Ryu
Finishing it
against
again
Old Man FGC.
with another ball roll in classic Mileena fashion.
Yeah. Let me see if I can invite the players in here for post-game discussion.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me see. Trying out some new tech here on the channel. Overall, how did you, what strategies do you think Old Man should have tried to implement in order to try and counteract that? Do you think there's anything that he could have done differently? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, definitely making use of that air ball roll tech or I guess counter tech to deal with the air ball roll would have been some free damage. But of course, that is not all the matchup boiled down to. I think he was doing a really good job in the zoning war, and I think he honestly should have committed to it and maybe made a little bit more some more reads with that setup that Ryu was doing, where he would put down the low hat and then teleport in and then use the low hat to be safe. I think it
Old Man
could have neutral jumped it, done it forward jumped it, and got some punishes, or even armored it just to wash it back to zero or reset the states to go back to that comfortable zoning. That would have been a good option for him.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got Old Man FGC and we got DatBoyRyu joining into the chat. Just want to get kind of their post-game thoughts. Wanted to start with Old Man. If you were making a very, very good cameo switch, it seemed like it was working out and sort of countering the Lao hat and the projectiles, forcing Ryu to kind of mix up the strategy. What are some other thoughts that you feel like you might have needed to do differently, or something else that comes to mind in terms of that fight?
Oh, sure. Good question. Well, first, just great match. Really enjoy getting to play this. Getting Mileena practice is awesome because I do think it is a trickier match for sub. I'm still trying to find the right cameo for it. Maybe I should have switched to sub cameo sooner because, yeah, it does negate the hat. It negates the projectiles, which is nice. But then you got to play super lame with sub. You just really got to go all ice punches, all vapors, and just really frustrate the Mileena to then attack. And I personally like to attack a little bit more. Like I want to be able to get a slide combo or whatever, but I give that up with sub cameo. So I need to really work on my sub cameo play. So I was glad to get some high level practice with that tonight. But yeah, I definitely need to play more patient. Great anti-air balls. I was jumping way too much. Normally I've got a lot of air options, but that ball was catching me before I could do a clone. Because I kept doing is I'll jump in, I'll clone in the air, that'll catch the ball roll. But the ball roll kept clipping me before the clone came out. So that was really nice. And so I just need to adjust to that, stay grounded more, do more ice punches mainly.
Gotcha.
Thank you for that, Old Man. I also have a follow-up question. How would you feel, would the EX clone be of any use in this matchup?
Well, it depends which one we're going for. If it's the triple, I guess either is going to just stay on screen longer. I would say if I can get her into the corner, sort of, but one of the reasons she's tricky is because she's got a teleport that can get her out of the corner, right? So cornering her, one takes a little bit, and then if I get it, it's relatively easy for her to escape. Even that air ball will kind of last long enough to push me back on the hit. Maybe a little bit though if I had Sonya, so I could be putting up that kind of wall of ice and then just shooting rings. So I think there might be something there. Still trying to figure it out. If I had to do it again, I'd probably go for Scorpion because I'm going to be going all Scorpion here in another couple days. So it'll be nice to get a rematch at some point using Scorpion cameo when I'm all caught up back on him. I've just been doing a lot of Sonya lately, so that's why I started with Sonya.
All right, I like it.
And then jumping over to Ryu. Ryu, really impressive stuff in the fights that we've had you do on this channel. Every time I see it, the anti-air with the ball roll and everything, I don't know what there is to say, man. You might be one of the best Mileenas that I've ever seen. And the amount of just overwhelm that you keep on applying to the opponent seems to keep working out for you. What are the other things that you kind of had to adapt to with Old Man's like Sub-Zero and the changes that he was making? What was kind of going through your head?
Oh well, first off, thanks for saying I'm one of the best Mileenas. But the scary thing with first off with Sub Sonya is I have to worry about the slide because he can combo off of that, and then I also have to worry about the overhead leg grab he has, so I have to worry about that. Obviously, he had like 100% success rate with the Sonya leg overhead grab. But also with sub, when I play sub, I tend to play a little lamer because I don't want to do like a random ball roll or be too aggressive and get caught with an ice clone. So that's why you saw me playing back a bit and being a little bit more patient and waiting for my opportunities. Maybe I could have played a little more aggressive. I was playing super laid back. But when he switches to Sub-Zero, I'm kind of used to that because people do that a lot against me. So when he did that, I was like, okay, so let me change up the playstyle a little bit. Let me back up a little bit more, maybe wait for him to do something, or maybe wait for him to potentially make a mistake. It's a little more difficult for me because I don't have as much assistance from the Lao hat. So another thing I'll do against the sub cameo is also just kind of wait for it to go away and then bring out the hat and to help me out with the mix-ups and stuff. But yeah, he was really hard to get in on for sure. He plays good defense, and I feel he adapted well, especially with changes to the sub cameo, which gives me a little bit more problems than normal. But yeah, that was a good and fun match for sure. His Sub-Zero is really good.
Yeah, fantastic match for both of you. GG's, gentlemen. Much appreciate the fight. Really well done to the both of you.
Yeah, GG's for sure. Thanks for the match.
Yes, sir.